This is what I love looking at Tuesdays. I came here to get lemons, my nigga, and I'm getting the whole show. Happy Lunar New Year. You back, we back. Just like it's how you already know. It's me, your girl P, your favorite bitch, and your favorite witch. Welcome to this week's episode of Postscript, also known as PS the Talk Show. We're gonna keep it short, we're gonna keep it sweet, we're gonna keep it brief because I'm tired and ready to go to bed. Our first segment of this week is Peace Favorite Pieces. So I love the Ione brand at Dollar Tree. They have amazing products for the price point that they are. This is the Tray on Top collection. This is the shimmer setting spray. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like shimmery. I love a good shimmer setting spray. So definitely to get this. They have a brow pencil with a spoolie on the bottom. I don't know if it's going to be the color that I need or whatever the case may be, but I did just get the brown color that they had. And if all fails and I don't like it for my brows, I'm just using a lip liner. This is the hydrating grip primer, and is it scented? I don't know. I don't think so. I just think it has cherries on it. But yeah, I really have another grip primer that I got. It's like watermelon or something like that. It's by W.P.M.O.T. I really like that one too. So definitely, and this is way bigger than the other one. But again, I don't really know if it's just because this thing is bigger because the other one's like a tube. It might be the same size for real. I don't know. But the last thing from the Cherry on Top collection is this cute little brow gel glue stuff. Right now I've been using this, and as you see, they always start out, clear, and then eventually from you playing in your eyebrows and the product getting on it and you putting it back in, it eventually just turns the color of your eyebrows, which is perfect. So I am running very low on the one that I have. I also have this one, NYX Control Freak. This is just my original, but I like to try new ones as well. So we'll see what this one is giving. This Ione Ultra Hold Brow Glue. I also have this on Makeup Revolution that I use with this soap brow that I made, and I put it in like this little tin thingy here, and so it's like just in there. You spray that on it, spray this on it, put the spoolie. It's great. Lasts forever. Did you know that Friday the 13th is not like a cursed day? It's not like a bad luck day. It's not like superstitious day. It's just that that's the way that the world works when you live under a patriarchy, because male-centered things become the norm, if that makes sense. So Friday is Venus Day. That's the planet that rules the day Friday. Venus is just very goddess energy, very love, very lush, very live full life. And then it's 13 moons in a year. So to me, it just feels like, that became mainstream with the whole bad luck Friday the 13th thing with, the patriarchal movements that the world is under at all times. But I'm not going to get too much into that. Like I said, Venus is the lush day. I love Fridays. Like, I just feel like everybody feels good on Fridays. You gotta go to work tomorrow, all of that. So it's a day of bounty, not a day of hazard. And what pissed me off this week is, why nobody tell me y'all couldn't hear me? I don't know what happened to my phone, but clearly something happened to my phone and you can't hear none of my videos. Like the last 3-4 videos, like can't hear it. So I am trying with my AirPods. I don't know if that's gonna help, but we will see. This week's bar for bar, obviously, Horoscope by Ari Lennox. That boy put the hoe in horoscope. Love that song. Her album is really good. I love Ari so much. Nothing but love to her, for her, all the things. This was conscious kind. I'm going to start just by saying I read a Stacey Abrams quote that said, "Private work creates public strength," right? And that's just giving very much real G's moving sides like lasagna. Hello, somebody quote it. So take heed of and prioritize and pour into more. Not saying that you shouldn't pour into other things, but just pour into more. What are the things that you feel? What are the things that you participate in without regards to productivity or profitability? Just the things that are freely, solely yours. The things that make you feel alive. The things that bring you joy. Just think about those things and do more of that in this era of your life. Like for me, I unfortunately have noticed that I'm turning back into my old self of just being in the house. Because now, with me going to work so early, I be needing to be in the house to go to bed. So my little bit of time that I have after work, I just be feeling like I don't want to do nothing. Like, I just don't want to do nothing. So, I don't know. So I just want to try to make sure that I do prioritize more events. I like to go to events, and I do go to events, but I'll go to a few events a year. And now I need to be on it. I need to be at the things, on the things, doing the things. Like, y'all know I go to my collage club that I like, Blue Stick Mafia. I'm going to an event tomorrow at the Reading Room. I think that's all that I have planned for this week. But I just need to be more in spaces with other people who are in the same space as me, but also maybe a little different, but enjoy the things that I enjoy, are interested in the things that I'm interested in. Just community, if you will, you know? Because I do have my circle, but I feel like in the time that I've lived here, I don't have a network, if that makes sense. And then I don't remember where I was reading this at, but it was an article or something, and it said winning doesn't always mean you get the prize. Sometimes you get the progress, and that counts too. So, remember that. Alright, for our last segment, as always, hashtag I cannot make this shit up. So, we are officially, we talked about this before, the Mercury Retro Shade area right now. So, be aware of your time management. Be aware that you should leave space for buffering. We talked about using the phone, setting the reminders, using the calendar, timers, alarms, whatever. Double checking, pausing, thinking, slowing down. No, with the Pisces and Mercury thing, and then Pluto and Aquarius, and we're in Aquarius season, and it's an eclipse, and girl, it's a lot. Like, so just be aware of your racing mind. And I told you last week that, you know, things may come to you in flashes, and like you gotta immediately grab it or you're gonna lose it. Be aware of that, and don't let that consume you, and don't let that anxiety really get to you, so that you can understand. Also, like for me, example, it's been things happening at work, and like people literally are not understanding what the fuck each other is saying, and they speak in English. And I literally have taken myself on mute and been like, this is this, that is that, this is this, that is that, this is this. And then everybody's been like, oh, like, what the fuck? But I digress. So like we said, the communication is skewed. Be aware of that. I took a step back, and I didn't allow myself to be like, are you shitting me? And I stepped up and was like, you know what? I'm gonna clear this up, because they having a problem. Something not happening right. Somebody not doing the math right, as Mona said. So just try to set yourself up for extra. I'm not saying have anxiety, but leave time for extra space, extra room, bring an extra shirt, extra sock. Just be. If you have time to think about it and do it, do it. If it's regarding extra right now, just try to extra napkin, anything. And if astrology fake, then why the new moon, total solar eclipse, Ramadan, Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, obviously because of Mardi Gras, and Lunar New Year or Chinese New Year is all on the same day. Like, it's a turning of the page. It's the astrological New Year. We let them white folks tell us what a calendar was. The people before that wasn't living by that. They was living off what the world did. We got to get back to that. Because it's not a joke. Like, people and all of those things have different cultural backgrounds, different places that they were founded and started in the world, and in different, like, so everybody was just making it up, picking a day. Like, no, it was the circadian rhythm. It was understanding what the world did, so that you align your life and your mindset and your habits and your practices and rituals and beliefs to that thing. Like, we done got so out of touch with that. It's crazy. So like I said, on February 17th, we will have a total solar new moon eclipse in the sign Aquarius. Aquarius is the innovator, the revolutionary, the rebel. It also deals with things regarding like your ships and collaborations and how you intermingle and intertwine with people. Ruled by Saturn, so like, you know, that's the taskmaster. That's the checklist. It ain't getting past me. How you gonna hate from outside the club when you can't even get in? Then with the new moon, also, I also want to speak about. We talked about the themes last week. Things like money, housing, career. So with the astrological New Year and the Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year, last year I talked about we were in the wood snake year from the Chinese astrology, New Year, whatever I'm saying right now, you know what I'm talking about. But for this year's Lunar New Year, we are in the year of the fire horse. Last week we spoke about boundaries and understanding compartmentalization. And then we also talked about having an open heart to change and being aware of messages and signals and signs. And what is the universe, saying to you that maybe is not what you thought was going to happen right now? Take heed to that. Talked about last week with my responsibilities changing, with my priorities shifting, having to switch places. I had the number one priority. Now it's maybe become number two. So eclipses last for like 18 months and they happen like in pairs. So this is the first one. I'm going to talk about the second one in a little bit. The last time we had this type of eclipse in the Leo Aquarius part of the astrology wheel was in the year 2007, 2009. Those is like prime eras of my life, simply based on the kind of music that came out during those times. And then also, like, I was becoming like a teenager and developing and like things like that. The last time it happened was 2016, 2019. Again, very pivotal eras and different types of changes in my life were happening between 2016 and 2019. 2016, I was a sophomore in college, so it's like you're not a freshman no more. You got your roots in the ground. You know your way around. You know what's up. You know what's like. You know what's happening. You really feel like you belong there for real. You're not a tourist no more. And then from there, it's 2016, 2019, I finished college, obviously graduated in 2019, and then it was a whole different world from what I thought it was about to be. From what 2016 to 2019 was to what 2020 to 2021 was, nobody could have prepared me. Could have prepared me for that. I didn't know it was gonna take such a crazy shift. But you see what I'm saying? That's when COVID happened. All of that. So just have an open heart, open mind. Be aware of change. Don't hate it. Accept the things you can't control. So like I said, eclipses happen in pairs. They're also like a vacuum or like a bolt. Like you ever be like vacuuming and you're trying to avoid a cord or some wires or something, and the vacuum still, the air just suck at it. You be like, I wasn't even trying to, but alright, like whatever. So it's not really concerned about necessarily what you trying to do right now for real. It's about what you need to do. Because what did it? I was reading some poem thing today. It was like I've followed like this poem astrology page, and they be posting like poems and stuff. It said new beginnings. New beginnings come from another beginning's ending. So it's never the end. Never get to try again. Never get to do nothing. So don't have that kind of mindset if things don't necessarily always go the way you plan. Again, things are happening for you, not to you. So another thing that people are calling it is the annular ring of fire, total solar eclipse. We won't see it here in America for real. I think they're gonna be able to see it in like Asia, Antarctica, Africa, and something like that. So the second eclipse that I told you I was gonna talk about later is the one I want to talk about now. So we'll have a total lunar eclipse in March of this year, and you see how that happens in pairs. The solar one that we're having today is February 17th, and then there's going to be a lunar one, sun, moon. Everything is in cycles. Everything has checks and balances. Everything got a consequence. I don't know if we'll be able to see that one, but I will say on February 28th we will be able to see like a planet parade. So we usually can't see past Saturn or Venus or Mars, one of those, with like the naked eye. You usually can't see past those. Go past that planet with the naked human eye. The sun go down on February 28th. You should be able to see. It was like 5 of them. Mercury, Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter. No, it's 4. Yeah, you should be able to see those planets. Like they're going to be in a line in the sky after the sunset on February 28th. So keep your eyes out for that. The other thing I want to talk about for the astrology New Year and the Lunar New Year and the Chinese New Year, all the things, we talked about the wood snake last year. That was the sign. So just think about a snake and how it moves, and it's on its stomach and it's constantly shedding its skin, and just think about the way a snake eats things. It engulfs the entire thing at one time. No chews, no bites, no nothing. Right? So that was I feel like your year to take things in slowly but surely, and then be aware of everything that's happening around you, because a snake is low, it's to the ground, so it can see the bigger picture, if that makes sense. And this year we're moving to the fire horse. You ever seen a horse run? And then imagine if you set that bitch on fire. You can't, and if you fall off and you already ride it and you try to hold on, just let go, because you're going to be burnt and dragged. So fixed signs, I'm talking to you, Taurus, Scorpio. Aquarius and Leo. A lot of my mutuals were turning 30 this year, so I feel like that's a big lesson in itself. Let it go. Don't be trying to hold on to what you don't need to be holding on to, because you're gonna get dragged and trampled and some more, like, you know what I'm saying? There's some taboos that people be talking about on like the Chinese New Year that you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to take the trash out. You're not supposed to do your laundry, cut your hair, sweep the floors, just like little stuff like that. And then also, while we're in the eclipse of season, we are not going to do any active manifesting or anything like that, because you don't want your prayers to get covered up in the dark, lost in the shadows. You don't want spirit to think that you just putting them out there to cause a distraction. Name that movie. But yeah, that's all I got for this week. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things. Find me on the socials. Oh, and it's finally starting to look like Wabbit season around here. These are mine. Grew them out. They're still really short to me though. I want them to be really long because I want to make them square. I hate this shape so bad. It's so like old lady, no shade. But yeah, you know how we in the show, bitch be mad, be hating, bitch be hating, bitch be mad. Bam.